Nubian Public Podcast, Milwaukee Internet Radio, final days of 2023. Getting ready to drag in this new year, 2024. Just decided to jump back on here. With me and my boy in the studio right now. We're going to talk about a couple of topics that is going to really strain your brain if you think about it, because you need to think about this before you drag in the new year. Presidents back in the 1800s, 1700s, who was black, who wasn't black, and the draining and the mind control that the government has on us as a people. Keep it locked here on Nubian Public Podcast, and let's get this conversation started. Right, welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, in the studio, and my boy here with me, Mr. Classic. You haven't heard from him in a while, and I decided, why not take out the new year with a bang and let's do this shit right. The conversations that we're gonna have today actually was his idea, and I think it is a damn good idea. We were talking about presidents, past, present, and Abraham Lincoln came up. And people did not know that Mr. Lincoln was a mixed man, because they think that what's his name was the first black president. We just said his name. Hanson. There was at least two before him, but as you stated, it wasn't called presidency.
And the reason why they tell you that Hanson was the first president, but then they say George Washington, the reason why they don't put that in the history of us knowing and giving us knowledge of that, because if they told you that, it goes back further than that. When we talk about kings,
Mm-hmm.
when we talk about empires, they're not going to tell you that.
No.
And when somebody come up to you and say, do you know about your history? And you get mad and objective about something,
Mm-hmm.
that's letting me know that you don't care. And I want to say, you know what I want to say, you don't give a.
Right. You don't give
But
a.
I'm not going to say that.
You don't give a damn. You don't give a
You
damn.
fuck.
Right.
But real talk, though, when Abraham Lincoln, they even did the movie about Abraham Lincoln.
Mm-hmm.
They did that movie on him
Right.
and tried to make it seem like he was the most dirtiest person in the world.
Right.
But when we come to government or anything else, if you put a president in office, what does that president has rights over? Push the button.
That's
Blast
it.
them.
That's it. The military.
Y'all will kill your own people. That's the only thing the president has. Push the button.
Yep.
And if y'all recognize, it's called red flag.
Yep.
Damn, what you got to say?
Well, what people don't think about, and you hit that right on the head, actually, is the president. They say he controls the country. No, Congress controls the country. The president is only the top military leader in the country. So he has the power to tell this country and this country's military to go to war, not to go to war, go invade this country, go take all their shit, go do this, go do that. But when it comes to looking out for the people of this country, they got it twisted. And then they want to put a bad remark on the president. Well, the president didn't do anything for us. Well, actually, if you think about it, he's stopping you stupid motherfuckers from getting killed. He's stopping y'all from, being bombarded by other countries.
This is what else I want to speak on.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we have a government? Why do we have a society? Why do we have a Supreme Court? And I'm finna go in on y'all. Supreme Court, I don't give a fuck about y'all. And I said I did not want to use these words like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a fuck about y'all. Y'all know that innocent people get convicted of shit that they did not do. Y'all bogus as fuck. Supreme Court, judicial systems, or whatever else. Y'all can put names on whatever you want to put on. At the end of the day, when somebody that's innocent fight for their rights, y'all talk about laws. What the hell is a law?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let a winner suffer.
Right.
Did you catch that?
I got it.
Law. Let a winner suffer.
I got it. Laws. There you go. Let me chime in here. This is why you don't believe everything the internet tells you. And I see why Trump calls the media fake news. I just looked something up here, and this is from USA Today, and it's from Fact Check on USA Today, right? It says Barack Obama, not John Hanson, was the first black U.S. president. Okay, this is how they lie to us. Okay, the claim John Hanson was the first black president of the United States. It goes on to say, in the past few years, multiple social media posts have declared John P. Hanson, because there's two John Hansons. There's John Hanson, and then there's John P. Hanson, not Barack Obama.
John P. Hanson is the American actor.
Right. And they say that the post, which often features a black and white photo of a man in glasses, also claimed Hanson was the very first U.S. president, even before George Washington. That is how it goes. It says historians like James Robinson, formerly the Durkeeville Historical Society Museum, credited the late comedian Dick Gregory with popularizing the belief about John P. Hanson in the 1990s. So now they're blaming Dick Gregory for saying that John Hanson.
Do they even know who Dick Gregory is?
No, they really didn't. I promise
Dick
you they
Gregory,
didn't.
and I'm also say this: Dick Gregory, he did not play. He said what he said, but then too is also a comedian, and his real name that a lot of people did not know. He wrote a lot of scripts for Richard Pryor,
Mm-hmm.
Eddie Murphy, Red Fox, and the list goes on.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm getting at is that anything that we do as blacks, I'm not saying African, I'm saying blacks.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all look at us, but guess what? Y'all want to be us. But bottom line is, everything that we come out with, it was a time that we couldn't even speak about whites or whatever else. But guess what? Y'all wanted to steal our music. Where do these niggers, Nigeras, where do they come up with this? Where do they come up with it? Y'all didn't even know how to bake a pie. And I'm not talking about white people. I'm talking about anybody in general. If our existence was not on this earth, y'all would be dead. But y'all still be on bullshit, talk fam.
Hey, I'm going on to read this and look at this, man. They're saying that the other John Hanson was a white guy. Oh, this is how dirty this fucking country is.
Oh, watch this. Watch
This
this.
is how dirty this
Who is the
country
Lone
is.
Ranger? Who is the Lone
Oh
Ranger?
my
I bet
goodness.
y'all don't know who that is. Check out who the real Lone Ranger was. Not Lone Ranger, Lone Ranger.
Mm. Lone, Lone, lone.
Y'all
So
got,
he
and
was
then
black.
even in the movies,
Mm-hmm.
even in the movies,
Mm-hmm.
and I promise you, y'all won't even know about her that I'm finna tell you about. There's so many black women that portray white women. Y'all think that what's her name, Betty Boop?
Mm.
Y'all think that Marilyn Monroe was white?
Those
Marilyn
were all
Monroe
sisters.
came from a black descendant.
Mm-hmm.
Learn your history, study. Stop listening to people telling you, oh, what is that, or whatever else. We didn't live in those eras.
Mm-hmm.
But because we did learn and have knowledge of understanding and recognition of things, grow up.
I mean, seriously, people. Think for yourselves. Grow up. Check this out. This is how they just shit on the black John Hanson. The John Hanson who was black, they just had to put that in there.
Marcus Garvey.
What Marcus
I'm
Garvey?
sorry. Marcus Garvey. That's the original Lone Ranger. Study that. Study
Nice,
that.
nice. Give them something to think about. Hey, it says the original black John Hanson was a former slave from Maryland who bought his freedom and moved to Liberia in 1827. Liberia, then a West African colony, had been founded by freed American slaves. Throughout the early and mid 1800s, organizations like ACS or the American Colonizing Society encouraged former enslaved Americans to relocate.
And then I want to also share this with y'all. It's a movie called Bill and Ted Excellent Adventure. And they did a few movies after that. What that movie was portraying, they was letting you know, learn your history.
Learn it. Learn it. Please learn it. Because this is something I'm reading, which
But
I don't believe it.
they had they had white men portraying and
Mm-hmm.
doing what they did, but they was telling you, look, and this is why when it comes to racism or whatever it may be, I don't believe in that. I'm against that. Every day of your life is called survival. Some people don't believe in God, some people do. But bottom line, when I looked at that movie in their like little series that they did, Bill and Ted, Bill and
Ted.
Ted, Excellent Adventure, it was showing us that because people look at you a certain way, but then they showed you what happens in the now, what happens later on, what happens in the future. Who are you really questioning? You questioning yourself. Don't worry about somebody that's next to your side. And I'm telling you honestly, me and Cuz sitting here side by side. If Cuz wish to tell me get off my podcast, I gotta go. Now that I leave, oh well, I can say certain stuff or whatever else. Are you still gonna listen to his podcast? If that makes sense to you,
It
because
does. It does. Makes hell of a lot of sense. And I'm just I'm reading this, fam, and it just really shit on black folks as a whole. And
really,
I deserve. I mean, the black people need to deserve. They deserve to hear how they just shit on John P. Hansen and said he was only a slave, and the presidency. But this is how they contradict themselves, fam. They said he was only a slave of Congress. I mean, a Senate president of Congress. Never knew that that existed. But they said while the Constitution and shit was being ratified, being written, that John P. Hansen, the black guy, a senator from,
the
um,
black guy.
yeah, that's what they say. He was a senator, and then they say that he only held minor
How was he?
presidential
How was
powers.
he able to make it that far to become that powerful?
That's what they are trying to keep from us because they don't want us to know. So they keep saying that the white John Hanson was even the first president before Washington, and the black John Hanson was a slave who was just a senator in Liberia, who then came to the United States and had limited presidential powers, who held the presidential term for 1 year, then died. How contradictory is that? If the man never had presidential powers, how do you go on to then say he only held the president's seat for 1 year with limited powers and then died? Come on, man. America, y'all got to do better. Y'all got to do
And
better.
then on top of what my cousin is saying, when John Henson was in office, they will not tell you in history that he was the one of the only presidents. If you study your history, is more than John Henson.
Hmm.
We had a lot of black presidents, but because they was what you say European or whatever
Right.
else, whatever the descendant they was from,
And just because you were black, they didn't recognize presidency.
they allowed them to run, not for 4, not for 8, not for 12, not for 16. They ran the country. And if you look at it and study your history and recognize when you come to Saddam Hussein or Bin Laden or whatever else, they ran the country until y'all went and killed them. But why did you go and kill somebody that ain't fucking with you?
Well, that's how they are.
And I did say that I did not want to get on this mic and use profanity, but I am going to use profanity. United States government, leave people the fuck alone.
You got to look at this, though.
You will get to the point to where you will kill your own people for power.
Yeah.
What power you got?
But you got to look at this, though. The United States government back in the 1700s and all that, they were founded under British rule. These are all British people coming from their country over here to discover something that was never lost.
And what are they doing nowadays? What are
It's
they
the
doing nowadays?
same thing. It's just.
You say when Trump was in office,
Mm,
I'm going to talk about Donald Trump. When Donald Trump was in office, he wasn't with that shit.
I
But
can
now
agree.
you got all these people coming across the border.
That like they've been doing for decades. I mean, come on.
Fam,
They've been doing that shit for
fam,
years.
let's keep it real. Before they started this bullshit, let's keep it real. It was back in the 80s, the 70s. A family, a dad can go to work, make $6, $7 an hour.
Mm.
We was able to feed the neighborhood.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I guarantee you now. I get so many letters in the mail that they tell me, oh, because of the money that you make, you only allowed to
Right.
40 some dollars a quest.
Right.
Quest your bitch.
It's the cost of inflation. You inflate prices to drive black folks away. Keep it locked, Nubian Nation. We'll be right back.
That bitch is a
Yeah,
bitch.
welcome back, Nubian
Bitch.
Nation.
Let me stop that.
We just had so much fun behind the scenes over here in the Nubian Public Podcast Studios. It's just that's what we do. Yo, bitch. All right. Anyway,
Listen, y'all.
listen, please.
Worldwide, we talk about shit. We talk about bullshit. We talk about life. That's the most important part about it. We talk about life. If y'all not with it, y'all don't get it. That's on y'all. Y'all can sit here and hate on us, but guess what? We rise above bullshit.
We do. We rise above it all. Later on in the show that me and my cousin is doing right now, we're gonna have another guest.
Let
They'll
them know
be
my name.
arriving.
Let them know my name. Classic.
Well, you know what? They should already know who you are, fam. Because who do I grace to have on my
Fact,
show?
fact,
Thank you.
fact. That's
So they should
fact.
already know who you are. But
We grind hard.
Mr. Gemini Reels will be here in the studio in a little bit, and he's gonna jump on,
Love you, Bo.
and we're gonna get his take on the topic of. And when
Bullshit.
I really think about it, fam, when you think about it, it's called. And we talked about this in another show. If you combine misinformation that is purposely being given versus the Mandela effect,
Mhm.
that's exactly what it is. It's misinformation purposely given to someone to constantly stir up your mind. So you won't know what is real and what is false. And then when they try to tell you what is real, but it really is false, they're telling you the fake shit and you're going to believe it. If that makes any sense.
And then too, I want y'all to understand this. Have you ever touched hands with somebody that you thought that you can trust, but you touch hands with that person? It's called filth. It's called filth. You never have to and the society teach us that you always gotta like hug or be affectionate with somebody.
No,
No.
no, you don't.
Affectionate is, listen, if I'm gonna do a transaction with you, even a transaction can be fucked up. Get your shit together.
Right.
Period.
And I think, and to me, affection has its limits, but
Mhm.
it also has its perks. And it has its perks with your children when they're young, even when they're of age. They're yours, they're your
But what
seeds.
if you never had
If
children?
you never had children, then affection steps down to your family because that's all you have. But as far as some random Joe, Jane, Jake, and Johnny on the street, and you coming up and trying to, shake my hand, give me a hug, and I mean, come on. There's personal space, there's
That's
affection,
called fake.
you know, and exactly. I mean, you need to step back because everybody has their degrees of personal space, and I got a 6 foot perimeter around me at minimum.
And I would say this too, cuz I would say this as well. Believe in what you believe in.
Hmm.
You're gonna always have your daughters. You're gonna always deal with people that feel that, mm, well, such and such told me whatever, and then you run with it, is a thing also called false information.
Yes.
Because I told you that I'm happy today. Oh, well, Classic is going through some shit. Who the hell you get that information
Right.
from?
Right.
Speak on it, fam.
Right. It's a such thing as like you said, false information, but things like that only come from haters. And we talk personally behind the scenes
Yes.
and about the people that we know.
Yes.
And God has given us the ability to discern fake from real. And I praise God for that. And most
But
of the people we hang with,
the God that's in us
hmm
is what we need to recognize.
hmm
And we really nowadays people will say, I don't get no fuck. If the God in you is letting you know, don't go there, don't talk about that.
hmm
We can say the word shut up, be quiet. Sometimes you have to listen.
shut up is for a dog. Don't tell me to shut up not one time.
How much we talked about that.
Hello? Don't do that. Don't tell me shut up not one time.
And my godmother, rest her soul, my godmother used to always tell me, hello, goodbye. And then, two, this is something, this is me. This is nothing that nobody taught me about. I'll see you later. Don't come back too soon.
hmm I know exactly where you're going with this. Never say bye.
Never.
Never say bye.
What did Michael Jackson say? And they keep saying that we finna snap. Y'all keep talking about Michael Jackson was a pedophile and
A
he did.
predator and right, right.
You look at Prince, Michael Jackson. Are y'all serious that y'all look at R. Kelly? All the people that R. Kelly showed sold out shows or whatever else, y'all was there.
hmm
Who's stepping up for this man? The baby mamas, anybody, the kids. Who's stepping up for him? It's like that. What y'all convicting him of? Guess what? I'm from Greenwood, Mississippi.
Pine Bluff, Arkansas.
I'm from Greenwood, Mississippi. My great grandmother, great grandfather, y'all had sex with people or whatever else. It was a time to where you were 10, 15, 20 years elder, elder or older than that person. That baby was still born. Now, 20, 30 years now, this child is trying to figure out who they came from, who is the mama, who is the daddy. Bottom line, a lie will never tell the truth.
Ah, nice. A lie will never tell the truth. I don't think they heard you. That shit was nice. Yes, sir.
Preach,
Yeah. Actually, we're gonna go ahead and pay some bills real quick. And
Y'all know that we love y'all.
yeah, we do, y'all. We
And
love
y'all
y'all.
need to open up and speak.
Speak with us. We're gonna take a little break so I can pay some bills. Keep it locked. Nubian Public Podcast. Nubian Public Podcast. Yes, welcome back to the show. Thank you again for at least staying with us and joining us here. It's thus far been a heck of a conversation. And yes, it's been very warranted because people need to understand what's going on here. We didn't went from presidents to, whatever else we didn't went through. Uh, and I think it is kind of cool though.
But it's real though.
But it is real, fam.
It's real.
If you can tell the difference in Classic's voice, we switched microphones for him, and now you'll be able to hear completely the knowledge that my cousin is bringing to y'all.
Do y'all understand the recognition of real? Real is something that you don't portray.
Nice.
It's not facts. You go, no.
Nice.
Now, if you want to be on bullshit, you can do what you do. Do what you do.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I'm going to expose you. You can expose me. I don't care. Then the English language is so prophetic when you say I don't care. It's carrot mystic. What is the word mystic that people don't understand? Mystic is to where is a believe bullshit. So if I'm talking to you or you come to me and you talk to me or whatever else, let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 1,000. We can speak all the different terms, philosophies, or whatever else. But bottom line, as I'm saying once again to y'all, when you talk to me, be real. If you're not real, fuck you.
And you better come correct. You better come correct. And I understand exactly what fam just said. You talk to me, you better be real. You know what I mean? Because people ain't got time to be misled and with if you can't just be real, be ghost. Yeah. I can live my life without you, would live my life without ever knowing you. Just as fine. I'm the epitome of a multitasker.
No, because go better than that.
No, I'm finna tell them why. I'm the epitome of the multitasker. Because if you want some bullshit and you trying to talk to me or trying to put me in something that has nothing to do with me or, that I just don't want to fuck with, that has no worth, okay, I can look at you at the same time and look right through you while listening to you and nodding my head, but I didn't heard a damn thing you said because at that point I'm done.
Let me ask you this.
I'm done.
Let me ask y'all this. Are we living in a transition world to where no matter what people say, and then we go by like the laws, the religion, or get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If Twan feels like you on some bullshit, if Classic feel like I ain't fucking, if Classic feel like you on some bullshit, do I still deal with that individual, that person, or whatever else?
You don't have to.
You don't.
You don't have to. What you do is just
D-
cut their water off right there.
What is the true mindset? A mindset is a God given time to where sometimes it's up and God intervenes. That's mindset. Where God said, God said that I gave you dominion and power. If God gave you dominion and power over certain things, and you look at it that I'm better than God is,
How
you
can you?
gonna mess up.
How can? That's where Satan messed up at. That's where he messed up at. But how can you be better than God when you are of the God brain and the God body? It just does not make sense.
Is there a Satan?
So are you better than yourself? Is there a Satan? Who knows? It could be a myth. Is there a hell? Who knows? It could be a myth.
How can you wipe? How can you wipe your own ass? How can you wipe your own ass without somebody showing you how to wipe your ass?
Because
And because of that, how can you make money but you spend money? Go ahead, fam.
I'm trying to understand where you're going because I was thinking that
Don't think,
well,
just say it.
no, you know what? You have to think because here's the thing. God gave us the understanding, the
What
knowledge,
is
and the
what
wisdom to do
okay, if you
things.
just said what that's why I said what I said. What is a process without knowledge?
Nothing works without
What
knowledge.
is a process without knowledge of you not knowing and recognizing and understanding? You can't understand something that you know knowledge of.
Right, right. And that is true. And that is true. And yeah, so again, what we were saying is very much so the truth, fam, because it kind of baffles me on the way people think about people, you know.
Mm-hmm.
My understanding of and let me just switch gears. My understanding of being a man, being, you know, doing what we have to do is just being responsible for our own actions and being the men that we are supposed to be. Society will lead you astray on that front. And it's really something that just bothers me to my soul. Ladies and gentlemen, in the studio, I told you that Mr. Gemini Reels will be joining us, and he has just joined us. Gemini was cracking.
What's going on, everybody? This is your boy, Big Bo, Mr. Gemini. How's you doing today, Twanada?
I am just trying to do my thing. Do you want that back? So I'm just trying to do my thing, man.
I feel you. I feel you.
New Year is coming up. New year, new me, new things. And
Yeah. I just got one little saying as far as like New Year's,
what's that?
and this is to everybody in the Nubian nation. Make sure that you make today's challenges tomorrow's successes with the new year coming.
Say that one
That's
more time. What you say?
I said make today's challenges tomorrow's successes. Bringing
Okay.
in the new year.
That's powerful.
That is.
That's powerful.
I kind of like that, man.
That's very powerful.
Something to think
The
about.
one thing that we have to not look at, get vision, and understand. No matter what we deal with in our lives, be successful. Be
Yes.
successful.
Because like
And
I
listen,
always
and
tell everybody, the battle is always won before the fight even begins.
That's
wait,
right.
say that again. Say that again.
I said the battle is won before the fight even begins.
Exactly. And sometimes y'all have to recognize
That the phone's ringing. And if y'all don't recognize that the phone is ringing,
Right.
we don't have to. Girl, we don't have to like the reason is because on issues, our own battles. And our own battles is that if you are an alcoholic, if you are dealing with sex addictions or whatever else, you can talk to pastors or whatever else. It don't matter.
that just described me to the T. And anyway,
People can tell you how to deal with what you are dealing with, but let's be honest. If you go and kill somebody, if you out here on some sex addiction shit or whatever else, let's keep it real. Who is the person? Who is the person that knows how to deal with whatever you're dealing with? You may have a job. Are you going to work that job and look at that job or vision that job and say, okay, well, I'm working this job right now, but because of my knowledge, I'm going to go better than that? Is you. And this is one thing that I say: stop faulting people, stop blaming people. Is you.
Yeah, you are your own worst enemy.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I agree. You are your own worst enemy.
I'm an asshole. I'm an asshole to where I will let you know about yourself. I want you to let me know about me.
Obviously, someone is not understanding what we're doing right now.
They obviously
doing
they
a
obviously
podcast.
don't get it. You know.
Hello.
No. But hey. But what is up with
I'm
you,
doing a
my
podcast.
brother?
Oh, not much,
I
man.
heard your show the other day.
Thank you.
No,
Yeah, that was
Was very insightful, huh?
it was yeah, it was you talked about things that of course I would already know, but it was a few things I didn't, which was very insightful. So it was a nice show that you done. It was a nice show.
Thank you. Appreciate
And,
it.
I did like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
So I hope you got your tune ins for that.
I did actually. But there's a couple things that I'm actually disappointed about because
Don't ever be disappointed about anything, and I'm gonna tell you why. You can ask somebody something about yourself or about the next person. Bottom line is, you know you. So you can say Twine, you can say Classic, I can say Bo. Bottom line is, when it comes to learning and understanding what is true life, life is you owning up to yourself and knowing that regardless of what somebody else think about me, I can give a fuck less.
Fuck them.
And I told cuz I did not want to use like no profanity, but I'm being real. I don't give a fuck what you feel about me.
well that
Your
wasn't
growth is within you. Your growth is within you.
oh
Your
I
mama, your daddy, your grandparents, I don't give a fuck who it may be. Your growth is within you. When 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 Twan called me, he said, "Classic, this what's going on, fam. Raise the fuck up, get you right. Fuck what everybody else believe or think about you."
oh well I'm above that. I'm past that.
And that's why I love y'all.
My only thing that I really like
Bullshit
got to
ain't
me
about nothing.
is that remember we did that show a while back on my show about the giveaway.
Yeah,
Nobody responded. Once again,
they're lost.
they're lost.
There's nothing you can do.
I,
You
I
just
I laid out the
That's
whole
called fear.
platform
That's
and
called fear.
the whole situation and everything.
That's
Nobody
called fear.
responded.
yeah,
It's not hard. I mean,
But then a lot of people look at life to where God, I need help. God, I need help. The help is right there, but you still choose to not receive the help.
yeah. But that sounds to me again like a personal problem.
that's
Say that
true.
again. Say
Yeah,
that again
it's a
so they
personal
can hear you.
problem. If y'all don't want to jump on nothing that we're offering you for free,
Literally
And
for
you remember,
free.
free.
you remember when Twan said that. Twan said, "This is what I'm doing. This is in 2023."
Mm-hmm.
Twan said, "Anybody that logs on," and he told y'all from Instagram or any of his websites,
Mm-hmm.
if y'all want to be successful or move forward, I'm willing to help you.
Right. It's fear.
You cannot be that damn dumb.
You can't be that damn scared.
Yeah, that too.
you
I was literally just gonna say that, but
know what I'm saying?
Go ahead, Bo.
my thing is that, like I said, I pretty much. I mean, what more do y'all want me to do? Do y'all want me to hold the microphone for y'all while y'all try to do it or what? I mean, I pretty much laid the red carpet down. This is how it all went down. So we basically, I put a drawing together for the first 50. I said I was picking out of one of the 50 to get their own podcast set up, to get their own machine to start their podcast. And then on top of that, I even laid out a special invitation, very special for that one person to join the Nubian Public Podcast LLC and be under my show.
And the
And
craziest,
nobody responded.
the craziest
Nobody.
thing, the craziest thing, you can have an ignorant mind. What are you gonna do to make yourself better? And like I said,
It starts with you to
from the
begin with.
podcast that fam set up, from Bo podcast, and I don't have my own podcast, but I'm going to tell you, when I'm with them or whatever else, and I said this to them, I'm not just going to get on the mic and just speak on random shit. I'm going to let you know, and they're going to let you know. I don't care if it's Bo podcast to where he's talking about sports, if fam talking about everyday life or whatever else. What y'all need to understand and recognize that we love y'all. We're not just voices just to be saying shit. We're voices to encourage you, to inspire you. It's growth. Learn about growth.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Very well said.
Very well said.
Libya Nation, keep it locked. We'll be right back. Yes, sir. Drop the mic moment. Gemini, take that.
Drop the mic moment. All right. Well, actually, I was reading something on the net like a few days ago, and we lost another Titan.
Ooh,
Mr. Herb Cole.
Oh yeah.
88 years old.
This is like 2-3 days ago.
Yeah, it's like 3 days ago.
Yeah.
Fun fact I learned about Herb Cole. I did not know, and I just found this out. He was the original owner of the Milwaukee Bucks.
Hello.
And
you did not know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Oh.
And I read more into it. And he would the original owner, that's the owner now.
Mm-hmm.
He refused to sell the Bucks to that owner because he did not want that owner to move the Bucks to a different city. That's why the Bucks are still here in Milwaukee.
Oh, because Herb Cole still had a plug in it.
And did you know this about Herb Cole? Herb Cole, did you know this about Herb Cole? Bill Cosby, when he was trying to, what was it, ABC or NBC?
NBC.
Bill Cosby tried to buy that. He wasn't going.
No, he
then
was
as
the reject.
well, Michael Jordan and a couple other franchise players tried to get the Bucks or whatever else. Herb Cole said no.
No.
Yeah, because that means that that would have meant that the Bucks would have had to relocate from Milwaukee.
Well, let me tell you.
No, not necessarily.
Yes, it would have.
Yeah, it would have.
Yes,
no, not necessarily.
I mean, how did the Chicago Bucks sound?
No.
Minnesota Bucks.
That's true. But I promise you that
the New York Bucks. No.
If Herb Cole,
Damian Lillard in blue and orange, no, that's not going to happen, bro.
If Herb Cole had sold or agreed to doing whatever else with the Milwaukee Bucks, if you look at history, why the Bucks? This is like real talk. Let's keep it real. Damian Lillard coming to the Bucks. That's first time in history. That's history. Everybody that the Bucks has ever signed for, besides Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, ain't no franchise player besides Kareem Damian Lillard.
Well, I have to kind of disagree.
Because
I would have to kind of disagree with you on that a little bit because at one point in time, I think he only signed for like half a season, but they did sign Larry Johnson.
Yeah, that was a quarter of a season.
That was like a quarter of a season.
Right.
Grandmama.
I'm finna put it out there. My ex-wife, her cousin is Craig Hodges. This is back when he played with play the people that played with Craig Hodges.
I can't even think of the team.
I was finna say Atlanta or Minnesota. What was it?
I was leaning more towards Atlanta.
I was too. Yeah.
The Hawks.
Right. Yeah.
My ex-wife, when her cousin Craig Hodges played with the Bucks. This is before Ray Allen. This is before Tim Duncan.
That was a throwback. Early 90s, late 80s.
This is before them, though. That was a badass team. Actually, the Bucks should have won the championship, and people don't get this.
For what year?
This shit, I don't give a fuck about the year. They said that as Allen Iverson, he came through the lane and he shot the shot. They said that Ray Allen fouled him or whatever else, which he never touched.
Wait a minute. So him and Ray Allen played together. So this was in the early 2000s.
I would have to know that. It depends on what team AI was playing for. Was he playing for the Nuggets or was he playing for the 76ers?
He was playing for the Sixers.
The Sixers?
Whatever team.
Then we talking about early 90s.
Whatever team that AI started with.
The 76ers.
The year that the Bucks should have won with Tim Duncan.
Tim Thomas? Because Tim Duncan played for San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying.
It's Tim Thomas.
Tim Thomas, Ray Allen,
Big Dog,
Glenn Robinson, which we used to go smoke weed with.
Yes.
Big Dog.
Yes. He used to get his hair cut right there.
Yeah. So, yeah. I met all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, in my previous job career, I managed to meet all of the Milwaukee Bucks. Mm-hmm. And even in my career now, I got the privilege of meeting Giannis because that's when I was kicking it with him in his previous career. I got to meet Giannis in person.
So have I. Down at the bar across in the courtyard.
Yep.
I used to work there. So Punch Bowl Social.
Yeah.
So yeah. I mean, I've had a privilege to meet a lot of people too.
You know what the arena used to be called?
Who?
The actual arena and everything is down there.
The Mecca Arena.
It was the Mecca.
No, it was before the Mecca.
What the hell?
I can't think of before the Mecca.
Yeah, right.
Because the only thing I could think of was the Mecca Arena. Then it converted to the Bradley Center. Then it became BMO, and then now it's Pfizer.
No, it's Pfizer.
It went before then.
I have no clue.
I ain't gonna tell y'all. Look it up. It was before then. And
I really don't care. But
it was the AWA, and the AWA. That's going back to where.
Ain't that wrestling?
I was going to say American Wrestling Association.
Yeah. Ain't
that Thank you. You got it. That's going back to Baron Rescue, the Crusher.
Oh God.
Wow. The Claw, all of them.
Lord Alfred Hayes, Lord Little Brooks.
Oh, wow.
Jesse Ventura. Y'all want me to keep going?
No. Because I got
the gist.
He said, I get it.
I get it.
Wow.
Y'all want me to keep going?
That was before Super 18 and 24 on 35th and Capitol and all that.
Do you remember on Channel 18 they used to have the bowling game?
Yes, every night.
Yeah, the Professional Bowling Association.
Do y'all remember on Channel 18 they used to have the news at 9?
Yeah.
You know, with Brian and I remember.
Okay, so
wow.
And my buddy Jim Paskey.
Man,
what you know about him?
Come on, stop, man. Listen here. Let me tell you something. Jim Paskey was one of the biggest supporters of the Milwaukee Bucks when he was doing his sportscaster. He was actually one of the biggest sportscasters on that channel. He pretty much ran that station when it came to the sports.
Are we talking about 18?
Yes.
You remember. Ain't that a bitch? Yes. Oh my God.
So
Dwayne Gay, Jim Paskey. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. Yes.
Okay, since y'all want
That was before Tim Van Horn and all of them cats.
I need y'all to be quiet. Do y'all know about Walter Cronkite?
Walter Cronkite, yeah.
He's the biggest mouth here in Milwaukee.
Yeah, the biggest, oldest
So you
dead
know it-
motherfucker.
so you know-
Sorry,
okay.
guys. But yeah.
Of course.
He was, yeah. Yeah. Wow.
We wasn't that young. We knew what was going on.
Oh shit. I remember when the TV had 4 channels. 4, 6, 12, and
18.
what was it? 18. Or 24.
No,
You know what I mean? Or 10.
No. I'm finna fuck y'all up. Cause at nighttime.
Oh, see, can you
No.
Then you went to the fizzle screen.
No. At 12 o'clock at night, they played Benny Hill.
Oh yes, they did.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Oh yes, they did. Yeah.
The dirtiest man in the world.
I
On
swear.
channel 24, they played pornos, whatever. So if you had HBO back
You
then,
can get it, but it was
Man.
not
Valley of the
HBO.
Dolls.
We can see it, but
It was not HBO back then. It was
Home box office.
It wasn't HBO. It started with a Z. It wasn't Zenith, but it was Z, and it was a box that you got, and they had them little antennas that you put on your roof, and the antennas looked like it was just
bow ties.
like a little bow tie that I still see on some of these roofs. They still got that fucking antenna.
What you know about
Man.
Curtis Mathis?
Oh, I used to have one of the biggest Curtis Mathis TVs. I had the floor model with the wheels on the bottom.
Still do, baby.
With the Star Trek phaser remote.
With the push button on the front.
you know about
With the push button
I'm trying to told you.
And you can click your keys and
I'm
change the channel.
I'm trying
Stop
to
playing
told
with
you,
it.
man.
Stop playing with it. Yeah.
And you can put a safety pin in there just to get all the channels.
I promise.
That part.
I promise.
Or you take a wire hanger.
Or you shake your keys and it'll change the channel.
I'm trying to told you, man.
Stop playing.
Listen
I
here,
promise.
man.
God, we had one of the biggest floor model Curtis Mathis on wheels. I promise you, bro.
Oh man, you brought up some memories.
Hey.
I had the matter of fact, I think I told you about this. I had the floor model Curtis Mathis, the 55-inch wooden one.
Mm-hmm.
And it was on wheels.
Yes, sir.
And it had the push buttons.
Yes, sir. And it was our tabletop.
Oh God, it was.
Am I lying?
No, you ain't lying.
Thank you.
And then when the remote stopped working, well, we shake our keys.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
Then the TV will change. Like, how did you do that? Hey, that's that nigga rig shit.
Now here's something else. Remember the record players?
Yes.
That extended from this end of the wall to that end of the wall, and it lifted up, and it had the record player with the 8-track in it.
Dude, my grandmother still got hers.
I still got ours in the basement, bro. Yeah.
Neither one of y'all said this. What you know about Zenith?
That's it.
Oh yeah,
the Zenith, but that was the TV.
That was the TV.
The VCR.
I'm going to tell you, one of the greatest things that they ever came out with was Apex.
Oh, the Apex DVD player. That's the I told you. That's the DVD player that played everything.
Your DVD can be fucked up.
It's gonna play.
Where have y'all seen that lately?
Here.
Right there.
Listen, let me tell y'all something, Nubia Nation. If y'all ain't never had one, back in the days, the greatest DVD player ever in the world was the Apex.
Yes,
Apex.
That played every movie.
Everything.
Burnt movies, scratched up movies.
You know what I
movies that had dents in them.
You know what I would. That motherfucker can be scratched up.
That motherfucker could have a burn in it and it's still gonna play.
And you know what I would love to see? And they still have it. Car Kanai, Bill Boy,
No, you know what they need
Cross
to.
Color.
You know what they need to bring back? They need to bring back the used jeans.
What say that again?
Used and damaged, and
You
like you said,
dude, man.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
It ain't that they need to bring it back. It's still here. It's still here.
we need to bring it back.
No, let's wear it.
That's right.
Oh,
We need to
I
bring
do
it
it.
back. Nubian Nation, keep it locked.
Why are we going to these fake? In this segment with is that when it comes to family, I really wish that family would get back to the days to where we can have family reunions.
Oh man, I can't think of the last reunion I went to.
I can.
It was in Washington Park, 2-7 reunion. That was the last one.
That was a while ago. That was
Man.
some years ago.
That was like 3-4
And then
years
on
ago.
top of that, why do we hate each other so much? Why do we not want to deal with each other so
Because
much?
black folks are programmed by the white
Do
man
it.
to do that.
Do what you do. Do what you do. And I've like experienced to where because you had a baby or whatever else, don't worry about that. We need to recognize and understand that we don't look at it that you fucked up or you messed up. It's time for us all to grow up.
That would be nice if we all looked at it that way. Except for this just little corner looking at it like that. We still got 50 million black folk out here to convince to grow the fuck up.
Yeah, well, that
Stop killing each other. Stop
that-
doing this. Stop doing that.
Well, listen, that's an ongoing process that unfortunately right now just the three of us we really don't have a solution for that, you know, that's an ongoing battle along with the other battles that we got to deal with in everyday life because like I've always told people you already got two strikes against you, and this is I'm speaking the male point of view. One, you're black. Two, you're male.
3, you're black.
I mean, like, you know, what's more there to be said?
Seriously.
But to be on a more positive note, well, my positive note is that make your challenges in 23 your successes in 24.
I like that. But then I can also say make your problems in 23 non existent in 24.
That's even better.
Start from new. Start over. Do what you said you were going to do finally and not worry about what was in the past.
Right.
Because it's in the past for a reason.
The seed that you
That's
sow.
why it's called the past.
That's right.
Listen, y'all. The seed that you sow, either you're going to make that seed grow and prosper or you're going to make that seed wither. And wither means that you're going to put death on that seed. Bottom line, what I'm saying is that it doesn't matter. I'm going to do better in 2024. Your growth is the outcome of your doors opening. And your doors opening, what doors do you want to open? And a lot of people don't understand. When you talk to God, Daddy, You said that you will not put more on me than I can bear. We have to let our daddy know this is what you said to me. This is what you let me know. It's not about nobody knowing or saying that, well, God said or God did or because Jesus sacrificed his life or whatever else.
There's a fine line.
You are your
on how you put that.
but you are your greater sacrifice.
That's true. But what I'm saying is there's a fine line on how you word that. You have to word that correctly.
I'm going
Because
to word it the way that I said.
but you can't hold God accountable for anything.
My
That
second
is
grade
my thoughts
my
exactly.
second grade teacher told me never put the word can't in your vocabulary.
So you're telling me you can hold God accountable. I'm saying word it differently.
No, I'm going to talk to my daddy and say, Daddy, you told me that no weapon formed against me, so I'm
That's
going to
right.
talk
You speak
to
to
my.
him like you speak to him.
So
Exactly. But just don't speak to him in a way that you say that, look, you said this, nigga, and I'm holding you accountable for it. So you
no,
better do what you said you was going to do. You know how quick he finna laugh at you and then strike you dead?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. You're like, you know what? Shoot yourself.
Oh, my
when
God.
my daddy got
Oh,
when my
my
daddy
goodness.
God said that I am that I am,
Mhm.
and then he gives you dominion. A lot of people don't recognize what dominion means.
Because you power over everything that's beneath
So
you,
if he
except for the angels,
watch this, you said
because
he get you
they
said
are
he,
above us.
watch this. He said he gives you dominion and power. I
Mhm.
give you dominion and power. What a lot of people don't understand is that I give you. I give. It's not something that I thought about. It's something that I know the reason why I'm giving you. Now, giving, that's a blessing. That's a seed that is planted. I give you life and that more abundantly.
Low power
So
please
me
charge it.
giving you life and you fuck that up, I'm finna intervene. And when I show you my wrath or whatever else, you not finna like that. And I wish people would stop. I wish people would stop. Well, if God so loved the world is within you.
We are just passing through. This is not my permanent home. I'm passing through, going through
Is
the
this
test,
is
and
the
hopefully I pass the exam
is
and I
it
can move on.
I know that's right.
is the seed that is planted. So you being a seed or whatever else, watch what the seed says. The seed says either you're gonna wither, you're gonna fall short of my glory. God glory is amazing. And I'm finna tell y'all this. I'm gonna share it with y'all. I'm gonna share it with y'all. And I'm gonna show it to y'all. Mace. Mace was one of the greatest rappers of all times when he was with Bad Boy. And he recognized he became a pastor or whatever else. And Mace said, the reason why our nation and the world is so messed up. Thank you, God. Lord, I honor you. We do not give God glory like we need to. Our kids nowadays, they don't even have a relationship. They don't have a personal relationship with God.
No, they don't. But that's something they're going to have to figure out. But if you think about it and
They won't. They won't figure it out
look
because they
throughout the
don't
world,
give a fuck.
but look throughout the world. Christianity is just one of hundreds of religions out here.
One of many.
One of many.
Remember when I was talking to you and I said that you have to be mindful that we have so much stuff that's going on in the world. You can have a person pray for you. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Because God did not. And that's even coming with relationships of a man and a woman. If God did not ordain it, if he did not ordain it, you can fuck this woman all day long. If God did not ordain it.
You do know that that's coming from a Christian's perspective.
That's beyond that.
It's coming from, because again, like I said,
that's one of many.
That's one of many beliefs in this world. Chinese, Asians, they may not believe what you believe because they believe in Buddha.
Yeah.
You've got the Muslims, they believe in their God of Muhammad.
Okay, let me ask you this.
And
what
then
do
you got the
in?
Jewish that believe in Saul.
Thank you, because Jesus is just a prophet in the Jewish
and like
community.
And even we can go back to the word to where it talk about the fig tree. Do y'all even know what the fig tree is? Do y'all know as far as the burning bush? Do y'all even know that Eve never tempted Adam?
No, neither did the serpent. Neither did the serpent.
Mm.
If you want to
dig
deep,
if you want to go deep with it, I would talk about it. When it came to Adam and Eve, why did God put them on heaven and earth? And notice it's heaven and earth.
Adam and Eve, first of all, was not the first human beings to bear children. Because think about this, okay? And I've been waiting to hear people talk about this.
Watch
I
this.
believe that Mary was
watch this.
First.
Why would God create his daughter and son to make them be defiled to where if this is my sister and I'm going to sleep with her?
Because nobody knows how God works. First of all. Second of all, Adam and Eve was not the first human beings on this planet.
So no man.
It's a lie.
So no man can question God.
No man.
Once again,
better not.
I'm about to say this as well, which I want your listeners to understand is. You have God commandments, and when you look at Moses, he only did the 12 commandments. It's commandments beyond it.
Yes.
Us just looking at one another. Well, I don't like what Twine got on today. I don't like what Tebow is wearing or whatever else. That's a abomination. That's a sin against God. But then you got man amendments. Their laws contradict themselves each and every day. So which one am I finna ride with? I'm going with what God says. I may drink, I may smoke, I may do what I do, but at the end of the day, I know that my God is a serving God. I know that my God is powerful. I know that my God, his will is what I need to be under. And he also said in his word, your name is written down in glory. So if my name is written down in glory, why should I have to suffer? Fuck out of here.
I want people to understand that what we have been taught to believe is not what's up. Take a listen, Nubian Nation.
And that everyone on earth today is descended from them. But this is not true. In this video, we will look at the biblical and logical evidence that will reveal the truth. Let's begin. It will be recalled that Adam and Eve once lived in the Garden of Eden before they were expelled from it after they ate from the forbidden tree. If they had not sinned and eaten from the tree, they would.
It's just a little excerpt, Nubian Nation,
Book of Genesis in verse 1.
where it tells you
We will see that the Bible already described the creation of mankind, male and female.
again, listen to this in the background of my voice, that
Adam and Eve had not sinned and eaten
Adam and Eve were not the first human beings that God created.
the Garden of Eden.
And they say that they took a rib out of Adam's rib to make Eve, and blase skip woo woo. But then again, let me go ahead and pause this. But then again, let me truly talk to y'all. Let me ask y'all something, because I watched something that really got me.
Y'all understand what a being is. A being is a seed. A being is a seed that was sowed. Either that being is going to be to where they prosper or they wither. You have good seeds and you have bad seeds. Yet, I want y'all to understand, a bad seed can be a good seed.
It all could, whatever it could be.
Just because the seed, I'm going to just say it, fucked up, messed up, that seed can say, well, I did what I did. I want you to do better. What is better? Better is recognizing that no matter what you deal with, no matter what you go through,
over the fish of the sea, the flying creatures of the sky, and over every animal that crawls on the land. Genesis 1:20. According to the Bible, God blessed mankind that he created, and he told them to fill the earth.
So where do our growth come
Many
in?
Bible translations use the word earth to describe this verse. If this instruction was given only to Adam and
Nubian Nation, keep it locked. One last thing before we go. Go ahead and close it out, fam.
True definition of honesty. Honesty start with you being true to yourself. Honesty is the recognition of you saying to yourself, am I fake or am I for real? Honesty. Honesty is something that is a given. Honesty is something that you can say, well, I'm irritated by such and such. And to let whoever you're dealing with allow them to know that, listen, I'm pissed off about this. I'm upset. I don't agree with it. But to be true to yourself is honesty.
Nubian Public Podcast. Take care, America. That's my time, Nubian family. I'd like to thank my guest, Classic, and Mr. Gemini, for stopping into the Nubian Public Podcast studios. It's been a hell of a conversation, a hell of a topic tonight. And this is going to close out 2023. God bless all of you, all of my followers, all of my listeners. And make sure you leave 23 behind and bring in the 24 new. You will not hear from me again until that time. So as Jerry Springer said it, until next time, America.